Okay, we're on our final segment. And Mr. Secretary, how do you see the arrest of the three senators? Good tidings? Nobody has the holy grail from law? Uh, or is this politics?
Well, the whole thing is, of course, politics. But we have to define politics in terms of really is the medium to be able to serve the common good, the best interest of the people. That is why politics is the king of all the social sciences, in the sense that it's the one that makes decision ultimately on how resources are to be used for the good of the community, of the national community. That is how politics is. And I would say that despite all these things about, perception of, corruption or whatever, I would say I'm not trying to defend everybody or say they can defend themselves,
Yes.
but I'm looking at it from another perspective. That politicians, as they say, politics is war by peaceful means.
Yes.
So these are victims of war.
Okay. Of the political war.
Of the political war. Okay? So they are politicians. So, Eric, they know what they are fighting for.
And would it be fair to say that post-2016, there will be other political prisoners?
That is the... I hope this will not be a pattern,
Yes.
because it's very sad,
Uh-huh.
I hope it's not a pattern. We have to break this if it is. But as I said, they are all engaged in the political, processes. I will not use war, in the political process, and they know what it is. That is why, to the non-initiated, I'm a layman, I'm not a politician, but I try to understand politics. And that's why, to a layman, it's very difficult to understand when, say, one of the three or the three of them say, we cannot apologize to the people because we are not yet convicted, etc.
Okay.
Well, one way of saying is, well, we are in politics, we are at war, so there are what they call the fog of war,
Yes,
know.
yes, yes.
And so it's not proper to be apologizing, etc. You just have to fight yourself your way out. But the thing really is, and I think this is the fundamental question: are their sacrifices really for the common good?
Okay.
Maybe that is the question.
Okay.
Now, the bosses will have their own judgment on that. These people who are engaged in this political process have their own perception. Whatever is their perception, the ultimate judge is the people. So that is how they are going to be judged.
On another matter, Mr. Secretary, this one is going to be in the front burners when Congress opens up. What do you think of the Bangsamoro Basic Law? How is it being framed? The direction that it's taking?
Well, as you know, in fact, they were so optimistic after the initial signing.
But is Jose Almonte worried?
Well, to tell you frankly, I'm concerned. Not worried. I'm concerned.
Okay.
I hope they do it right, because we have seen it, how these things are, And I hope it is managed. It's managed properly, but
Are you comfortable
we'll
with the
see.
provisions that you've been so far that has been coming out in the newspapers, or another reason for you to be uncomfortable or concerned?
I think there should be a more adequate consultation, especially with the community, because if it is only the leaders who agree and they are happy, and the communities that will serve in the process, this will not last long. It will not be durable. This is a long story, Eric, and we have no more time.
Yeah.
But we have worked on this with the MNLF
yes,
initially,
yes.
and we were working with the MILF.
Okay.
And to tell you frankly, the strategy that we left behind,
Yes,
and this was very serious.
yes.
We were not talking to the MILF anymore, to Salamat when he was still alive. We were talking to the community, the Muslim community.
Went straight to the Muslim community.
Going
Yeah.
straight.
Okay.
So we provided them when it is their request, of course, through Salamat. For instance, irrigation in Camp Abubakar.
Yes.
We irrigated President Ramos, irrigated the camp
Yes,
Abubakar of
yeah.
the Muslim.
Yes, yes.
They put, electricity,
Yes, yes.
water,
Yes, yes.
schools.
Yes.
Salamat was very happy. The community were more happy.
Yes.
And our strategy is, if the community will be convinced that the government is their partner, they will be the one to command. They're the bosses. They will command this armed Muslim group to stop fighting, because the government is helping us. This was the strategy. But when Arab came
Yeah.
in, he said, no, we will war them.
Okay.
So he attacked Camp Abubakar. In fact, the irrigation there was used as trench by the Muslim. So Arab said, Ramos even constructed
The trenches.
trench, you know.
But Mr. Secretary, are you optimistic with the direction that the MILF and the government are taking, or do you see this eventually, exploding and unraveling
Well,
towards the end?
let me put it this way. The procedure is correct. They have
Okay.
to negotiate, etc.
Yes, yes.
And
But are you optimistic? I mean-
I think they're trying their best to really be true to the whole thing. But we will see.
But your sense, what is your sense? You have a very good sense.
Well, because the pressure is really great, I tell you, and I have a sense. The pressure is really very great in the sense that it's a very human problem. They are addressing the short term rather than the medium term or the long term. So if you just make the leaders happy,
Okay.
it will not endure.
You have problems with the Lumads because the Lumads are also complaining.
Well, that is an ancillary problem.
How about the Tausugs? The Tausugs have their own claims as well. They have a right to self-determination as well.
Well, that's like what? Well, that is another problem, but that will not necessarily impact on the Bangsamoro. That's another one. I think Ms. War is trying to ignite that. But that is because you see, when you talk about the Tausugs, etc., and about the past, you have to look at that sub-region there, which in the 7th, 11th centuries up to the 16th, they were more or less by themselves. That's another
Okay.
problem.
Now, with the coming State of the Nation address of the President, your little hair standing up, what would the public like to hear from the President?
I think they would like to, well, this is nice because I never thought of this, so I'll just answer you what I feel.
Yeah.
I never thought that you will ask me this question because I'm not there. But I think what they would like to hear is, because they would like to give the president all the opportunity to really become a good president. That's my premise. So with this, what happened, I think what they would like is, could you explain to us what is this DAP? Can you explain to us how you spend this 144 billion pesos? Because even if it is unconstitutional, if you are convinced, if you can explain it, maybe we will call it what they call. We will say that the doctrine of operative effect.
Operative fact, yeah.
Operative fact.
Yeah.
Maybe we will apply that.
But if this requires auditing and this requires details,
Yeah,
He should
that
he
is
should
why-
undertake these measures.
Well, look, they have been talking about Trinidad, and what is the characteristic of Trinidad? It's accountability. It is transparency.
Uh-huh.
That is what makes this daan tweet.
But if he fails to do this, what does that mean?
Well, that is what I was telling you earlier.
We have given him enough rope,
Yeah,
therefore.
that's what I was
And he will
telling
hang
you
himself.
earlier. We will, the bosses will define that.
You said we will give him enough space, enough benefit of the doubt. But that benefit of the doubt can be also the rope, enough rope for him.
Well, the bosses will
We'll decide that.
will decide that.
But
That's why I'm concerned. And well, as an old man, I just pray, Eric.
uh how do you see the electoral process? If there is a young man who would come to you and say, Secretary Almonte, I have good plans for this country. I would wish to serve this country. I have dreams for this country. I have hopes for my children. Should I run?
You
Will
know,
my
Eric,
votes be counted?
do we have time?
Very,
Actually,
very
this
brief,
is theoretical.
Yeah.
In actual fact, many came to me and asked that question.
Okay.
And these are people who feel that they could be the leader of
Yes.
this country. And I have only one. Of course, we discuss so many things, but one of them is what I have experienced. I said, look, what I have seen is I'm an old man already. Many young people, or my age before, claim that they want to do this, to do that.
Uh-huh.
We work together, they reach a position. Once they are there, they forget
The promises.
their promises.
Okay.
So I said, please, go ahead, I pray for you, but please never forget what you're saying.
Yes.
Just do it.
Yes.
Just do it.
So will their votes be counted under this present form of computerized system? And
This is again, this is another issue that we have to be sure that the result is accepted by the people, because in the end, having an accurate accounting, etc., rather, is of course what it ought to be. But the other very important component of this
Is?
whether it is believed or accepted by the people.
Okay.
Because even if it is accurately counted, if the people do not believe it, it's useless. So these two have to come together.
Okay.
It has to be accurately counted and the people believe it. What I'm trying to say is accurately counted in a transparent way,
Okay.
because that is how the people will be able to believe it. And not just by, the so-called claim of the experts.
The present system,
it is
does it
accurate.
augur well to a credible, honest?
Well, I hope so, but there are many
I hope so.
counterclaims. So because this technology is costly, so it has so much money involved. So many.
And is it not worrisome that 2016 is down the line and we seem not to be addressing this most basic and fundamental issue regarding our democracy?
To me, it's worrisome, but I think we should look at it as a real challenge that we have to face right now. In fact, yesterday, so that by 2016 we'll be all right. As a matter of fact, Eric, in a larger sense, and this is what we've been trying to fight for in the government. In fact, this is one of the reasons why I fought so hard for PIRMA, because I wanted the process of selecting the leaders of the nation put in a proper way, meaning